Good time zone, sweet world. It's Sunday, January 23 or 29, 2023, and welcome on in to Speak at Them Sunday, a show about video games and the economy, something like that. I'm a little bit amped right now. I've had many coffees and many energy drinks today. It's been quite a day. It's always later than I want it to be when I get on, but hey, it's still Sunday around here. So I'm still staying true to the name. Speaking of names, my name is Atham. I'm a business economist by training, former data and public policy analyst, and a current financial analyst. But you know what? Above all, I'm a video gamist, damn it. That's right. I play video games, and I'm pretty okay at them. And when I'm not, well, at least I hope I'm somewhat entertaining. Today in games, we'll chat about some more Hitman. A little bit of Link to the Past Randomizer, some Fire Emblem Engage as well. In the news, we'll talk a little bit about the Bank of Canada and interest rates rising, but maybe pausing. Some other economic rumblings. And we'll also talk about how we seem to have forgotten about layoffs amid an exciting and pretty strategic Xbox Direct presentation this week. And we'll talk a little bit about Microsoft, AI, and GPT, as well as ethics, and what does responsibly mean, actually. But first, what's been going on? What's new? How are you doing? I hope you're well. Me, my last couple of streams, I've had some more echo issues. One thing that I have going on that I know of is that I have a mic monitor, and that's as intended. But the mic monitor was too loud, so it plays back what I say into the microphone, into my ears, and it just helps me know that, hey, okay, it's projecting, and I can hear myself, how I sound. Do I sound right? Are the levels right? But if it's too loud and it escapes the ear cups, then it's going to feed back to the microphone, and then you'll end up in a loop. The other thing that I had going on was that I had the camera that I'm using has a microphone on it, and in one of the sources I was using, it was just unmuted. And so if I talked loud enough, it would capture me again. And so like 5 seconds later, you'd hear me again. I feel like what? So a hell of a time trying to troubleshoot that in editing. While I was fooling around with the editing stuff, I figured out de-esser, which is amazing. I mean, I use the de-esser, and I try to consciously, I mean, S is everywhere, right? But I try to consciously soften it, and I'm trying to get better at that. But in post-processing, you can do things to reduce the severity of the S. So, and I was doing that in DaVinci Resolve, a fun little tool to edit things together. And I found a plugin, like a third-party plugin that worked with it to do de-echo, to remove echo from audio recordings. But of course, it's super premium stuff over there, and they put like this gnarly, annoying beep into your audio so that you really can't do anything with it. It just shows you that, hey, look, our thing works for removing echo, but if you want to actually use it, pay us. And the payment was some ridiculous subscription, so I said, nah, forget it. We're just riding with the echo. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Anyway, so but oh yeah, this is the show now. So wherever it is you get shows, this is the show. So if you're interested, just search up Speak at Them Sunday wherever you get podcasts, and should show up there. Otherwise, I'm still doing some back and forth with Google. I got a phone from them, and it got lost. I talked about it a little bit last week, but we basically found the phone after the fact, after I got a replacement shipped out to me. And so, I wrote them back. I'm being honest. I have some integrity. And I said, hey, man, okay, well, here's your friggin' phone. What do you want me to do with it? And they shipped everything in one box. And like there was a few accessories and all that kind of stuff in one box. And then they sent me 4 RMA stickers. But you can't put 4 stickers on a box. The UPS won't accept that. They're very adamant about 1 sticker a box, so that we can just track one thing. They need one thing at a time. So now we got to go and get a box and put all this stuff up. And of course, we get nothing for it because we're suckers. And how much is Google's market cap? I'll talk more about that later, but it's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, just sad. Makes me sad. But anyway, we'll deal with that. This weekend I was in some workshops. I was in some financial accounting workshops. So I'm pretty mad tired at this point. The only thing keeping me going is like this Rockstar, which is not really a great choice at 8:25 p.m. Eastern, but we'll figure it out. And I'm a little bit irritated because of it. But anyway, we were talking today about beautiful things like revenue recognition and what costs are appropriate to capitalize into an asset, and fun stuff. Seriously, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, so as a result, anyway, February and March look like an absolute mess for me. I'm talking like maybe 4 to 6 hours after work, committed into just practicing and studying. But well, I guess one of the pieces of advice through those workshops was, you put your life first, and then you have work and you do that, and then whatever time's left is you study, right? So anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to keep this show on the rails. I think, probably what'll end up happening is that Saturday will be my like planning day to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. And Sunday I'll do some last minute planning and then go. And then Monday through Friday, just observe, do whatever else I need to do, which is, work and study and just observe the news and keep like, anytime I see something, note it down. And then Saturday do all the processing, right? So yeah, anyway, as a result, I think I played some Hitman at the beginning of the week, but that was before they did the freelancer mode thing. That's still really good, and super great value. And I got Fire Emblem Engage and I got it running and everything, but I just didn't have time to check it out. So maybe after the show, I will pop in there for a bit before I gotta try to go to sleep. Anyway, so let me get into what it is we do around here. Welcome on into my weekly show where you'll find me diving into the latest in video game news and how it intersects with the world around us. From global markets to trends in the industry to in-depth analysis of individual games, join me every most of the Sundays for an engaging and informative look at the junction of gaming and economy. Don't worry, I'm not all talk. I'm also a pretty okay gamer. So after the show, I'll show off a variety of games, both new and old. And whether you're hardcore or you're just looking for some entertainment or maybe even some information, my stream is the perfect place to be. And if you're watching later, you can always catch the stream later with chapters and timestamps on YouTube. What's poppin' YouTube? Let's get into it. So the games I've been playing this week, I played some more Hitman World of Assassination, which is actually now called World of Assassination. They've done a whole rebranding there. And, when I try to jump into games, I kind of, my method is like, all right, let me go like to the oldest thing they released and let me work my way up to the latest thing. And now I've realized that like if you're so strapped for time as like all of us are, I need to flip that on its head. I think really, because that's what I did, right? I started with Hitman 1 and I got through a couple more missions. I went through Sapienza. I did some more missions, I think. And I just realized after a while that like, man, maybe I should start at 3 and that until I'm bored or until I run out of time and whatever, 2 and 1, if I get there, I get there. So I was playing before Friday. I think that's or maybe Thursday is when that freelancer mode came out. So I read an article here. It was an article on GameSpot by Darren Bontice. Everything's now collapsed under one roof. World of Assassination. If you go to the Xbox store, if you haven't installed, it might still show up as Hitman 3. But if you click on it, you'll see there's another edition available, and it'll call it World of Assassination. It's just it's the same thing that I showed off before. It's just that now they have freelancer mode. If you, well, actually, side note here, I think it's worth mentioning, and I think it's pretty wild to note that you can start a game in 2016, then you can release a next big update as a new game in 2018 in Hitman 2 or Season 2. Then you do that again in 2021 as Hitman 3 or Season 3. And then in 2023, you can bring all of that together and re-release it again and then put a $70 price tag on it. But like if you bought it, if you bought in at any point in the past, then you get everything. That's my understanding, and even the DLC stuff. I think if you were like playing throughout the chain of Hitman, then chances are you were buying paid DLC and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's not scummy. I don't think it's scummy. I think it's pretty smart. Like, I think it's pretty smart precursor to games as a service, and it just makes me think of like maybe that's where we're going. I mean, we already have a subscription model in Game Pass, but will games become like will games move to a service kind of model, right? Instead of just a product, one-time thing, and more so than just DLC, like really regular periodic charges, monthly basis as a service, and regular games, not MMOs, which do that, right? Just even like single player experiences. Will that be something that happens, or maybe will it be kind of like Game Pass, like Game Pass, like Netflix? Will more companies move in that direction? Anyway, it's back to Hitman. It's a really, really good game if you haven't gotten it yet, and if you're on a budget and you haven't considered Game Pass yet, I would recommend going on there at least for a bit to get what you need out of it, and then you can cancel. So freelancer mode, right? It came out on the 26th. It's a roguelite mode, which is a light version of a roguelike mode. And roguelikes are called as such because of the game Rogue, which was a 1980 turn-based dungeon crawler game. The player controls an adventurer that explores a randomly generated dungeon, and it's you retrieve an amulet and you have to get out alive. That was a text-based game, so a collection of ASCII characters on the screen that paints the picture of the dungeon rooms, the items, the monsters, and your hero. And so the deeper you go, the harder it gets, and but you can gain experience and you can level up. Importantly, if you die, you lose everything, and then you have to restart. So if that's Rogue, then Hitman, when they're calling it a roguelite, what they're saying is that they're taking some elements of that game Rogue, but not all. And so what it is you're going on a run through several stages to try and hit successive targets, leading all the way up to some ultimate target. You only start with a certain kit, but you'll be able to build your inventory as you go, and you'll manage your inventory in a safe house. If you go out on a run, or if you go out like in a particular stage and you lose, like you die, you lose your items that you were carrying. And so you'll have to play this game of trying not to mess up and trying to build your inventory so that you can take on challenges. The other part of it is that whereas regular Hitman has all these like different scripted events that can happen, some like scripted elements are removed and lots of things are randomized instead within the world or within the stage that you're playing. So it sounds neat, and I'll definitely check it out when I can find some more time to get into it. It's when I look at that, I feel like it's capping off the series, and it's saying, hey, remember Hitman, that game where you could just go out there and do wild shit? Well, and how you'd be able to see the whole world while you were doing that. They're capping it off by saying, well, here's the full world that we've been building on since 2016. Here's a little bit of randomization. Here's some removal of scripted stuff, and we'll give it back to you. And now show us your mastery on this challenge. And that's pretty creative and a nice way to cap things off. So that's that for Hitman. The other thing that I played this week on Monday was Link to the Past. So I played some Randomizer there. I was joined by Sawyer, and this is as I explained the last show. It was this Link to the Past is Nintendo's hit 1991 action adventure game. But in this particular version, let's call it version of the game that I was playing with Sawyer, certain items items were randomized. So certain items were completely randomized throughout the world, but certain notable things that were there in terms of randomization. It's called Randomizer. So that means that the enemy damage was completely shuffled. So in Zelda, in general, you'll have like these hearts that represent your life bar, how much health that you have. And then in this particular game, the final boss, who is Ganon, can do 8 hearts of damage at maximum. And so no enemy in the game can do any more damage than that. Normally, you start the game at 3 hearts, and normally there's, well, normal damage. So it's not a big deal. You'll start out, you might get hit by something, you'll take half a heart of damage, or you'll take 1 heart of damage, and you'll still have 2 left. But with the Randomizer, with the randomization of damage, makes it that damage that a particular enemy can hit me with, it can be anywhere from 0 to, well, from half a heart to, or if it's integer, then 1 heart to 8 hearts. Anyway, lots of damage, right? So what that amounted to was, for a large part of that start of the game, the good, like, hour and a half in, if I was hit once, I was dead. And, I was slowly collecting more hearts, but, things were doing like 5 hearts of damage when I had 4. So the other thing that was shuffled was, it's called a boss shuffle. So in Zelda, you go through dungeons, and there's a boss assigned to a dungeon. Well, those things were like flipped around in weird ways. And there was also a thing there called map shuffle. So in Zelda, when you go in and you pull open a map, or you pull open a compass, a map will show you a dungeon layout, and a compass will show you where the items are. That stuff was randomized all over the world in different places where items can be found. So what that amounts to is you go around the world trying to find all the items, and as you find maps and maybe compasses, but I mean, for me, because I'm a beginner, yeah, but as you find maps, you can figure out, okay, well, maybe I should go to this dungeon. Maybe this will help me progress in a certain way. I didn't bother to keep a timer going. The people do, because it's part of it is the fun of doing the randomizer. Part of it is that it is a speedrunning type of thing, so people want to do it as fast as possible. But I can't be bothered. It'll give me a time at the end whenever I do finish it. So there's no point for me, because I know it's going to take me forever. And Sawyer was kind enough to sit with me and mentor me through, and I had a lot of fun. So I'll chat with him to try to figure out the next kind of a day we can pull this together. Yeah, it's tough, because I know he started a second job, and I'm kind of on like a second job here in terms of some school stuff, and even trying to figure out like some time for this show. So we'll figure it out, though. I find that the more that you're able to stay organized, and I've charted out a lot of stuff in Asana, which is one of my favorite tools for work planning. The more you stay organized, the more time you manage to find to do things that you want to do. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to fit in all the things that we're wanting to fit in. The other thing that I wanted to check out was Fire Emblem Engage, and I'll play some of that later on. This was released just on January 20th for Nintendo Switch. Retail price of $80 Canadian here in Canada, but $60 US. First announced in September 2022. It's developed by Intelligent Systems Company Limited, which was founded in 1986. It's a Japanese video game developer who has a long relationship of collaboration with Nintendo on their Fire Emblem games, and also their Advance Wars games. Intelligent Systems is highly respected and well known for their prowess in strategy games. It's published by Nintendo, of course, the video games giant that makes and sells entertainment products, video game consoles, and games. Nintendo, founded in 1889, started off as a maker of playing cards and a designer of playing card games, and it wasn't until the 70s that they got into development of video game consoles. And then in the 80s, when the Nintendo Entertainment System came out, I think Famicom in Japan, followed by the Game Boy. Then the 90s, they had the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and the N64. 2000s, the GameCube, the Wii. And then the second decade of the 2000s had the Wii U and the Switch, which came out in 2017. So Nintendo nowadays are mostly focused on developing portable and home console games, right? So Switch games, but also whatever like end of life stuff they do for DS. And they also have the playing cards business that they still run. The hardware and software that are made by the company and its partners, they're made primarily in Japan, and then they're sold by affiliates in Japan and abroad. And so Fire Emblem in general, these games are top-down tactics games with role-playing elements. You know, you'll command an army on a grid, and you'll move the army around in a turn-based manner into strategic positions, and you'll command them to attack enemies. If your units die out in the field and not in practice, they're gone. They're dead. And this franchise has been around since the 90s, right? So it has a huge history. Famitsu reported that Nintendo had sold 144,558 copies of Engage for the period January 16 to January 22. But essentially, which means that during their first 3 days since release, it went to town on the charts. But that figure doesn't consider digital sales, which we don't really, I don't have much way of checking. So anyway, I mean, if you were to take that at face value, it's like some 144,000 copies, physical copies, then you're talking at a base rate of $60 US, then you're talking like at least $8.5 million. But there's also digital deluxe, their divine edition, which has a unit price of like $100 US, and then the whole matter of digital sales. Anyway, generally what I've been hearing is that as compared to the previous offering that they had, which was Fire Emblem Three Houses, Engage kind of gets back to the core gameplay of the original. You know, it's like a triangle weapons, rock paper scissors type of deal. So, you know, like rock beats scissors, beats paper, beats rock, and then here you have axe beats spear, beats sword, beats axe. Where it seems to be failing with reception is the character design and character development, and in the narrative department or the story department. There seems to be like rehashing and reusing of a lot of old characters from the series. And I guess like fans are coming out off of a game that did narrative way better, and they kind of want the same thing along with the gameplay. And that seems to be bearing out in Metacritic ratings. Like it's, you know, I think when I looked, it had some 84 critic reviews, and they was showing an 81 Metacritic score, which is really good. But the user reviews were mixed at like 6.8, and that was based off of some 365 ratings. But markets-wise, they've generally seen it as a positive note. Even though, you know, Nintendo has been having a bit of a choppy year in 2022 on the stock exchange, which I guess isn't terribly surprising. They closed out last year at a low of 5,532 yen per share, which is equivalent to like $42.59 US. And they had, you know, their peaks and valleys as normal, but January 20 this year, they closed at 5,510 yen. And then following release, share price appreciated up to 5,630 yen at close. So maybe in US dollars, like $42.42 to $43.35 in USD at current rates, at current exchange rates. So like almost $1 of appreciation, basically. Nintendo this year is expected to pull in 1.73 trillion yen of revenue and about 536.31 billion yen of net income. And so at current exchange rates, that translates to about 13.319 billion US dollars in revenue and 4.129 billion US dollars of net income. I'm looking forward to checking this out later today. So I haven't touched Fire Emblem since I played the first one, and I think I played that emulated in Wii U. So ridiculously, I mean, it was great. It was great because the Wii U had like, you know, save states and stuff, so I could be like real cheap and real dumb. Um, but yeah, anyway, so that'll be fun. I'll try not to use save states. I won't have save states. I'm sure I won't have that option anymore. So this I'll just have to be good. Oh man. All right. I'll take a quick break here, and then I'll come back on the other side, and I'll get into a little bit of news. So hang tight. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the world of video games. It's time to get into the news. So back to gaming news. Forget about layoffs. The Xbox Direct came back, and Hi-Fi Rush came, and fuck yeah, who cares about layoffs, right? That's basically what I took away. No, I took away more than that, but that's, you know, that was like my headline reaction to the Xbox Direct. What happened? Like, I'll back it up, and I'll talk about, you know, it was a bit of like an up and down week in global markets, and stocks were like bouncing up and down a bit. After Microsoft's layoffs announcement, their stock had slid a bit on the 18th and 19th, and all the way down to $231.93. But on the 23rd, then they announced a $10 billion investment into ChatGPT, into their partner there, OpenAI. 10 billion. And then on the 25th, they had their Xbox Direct, their first developer direct marketing event to the public, and it was really received as a success overall. And so their stock would close up at $248.16 on this past Friday, the 27th. All that Twitter noise that I was seeing about like outrage over layoffs had just completely flipped to like all this like excitement on Xbox Direct and all these new games that were coming out. And I just couldn't help but feel this sense of, you know, the wolves kind of being pulled over our eyes, or like we're kind of allowing it, or tacitly allowing it to happen. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just a sentiment that I had. On the other side of it, I'm actually pretty happy about Hi-Fi Rush. Like that actually looks pretty cool, and I kind of want to play it, even though I feel guilty about it. So in terms of directs, you know, Nintendo started doing this during the pandemic with their Nintendo Directs, and then Sony kind of copied them, and now now Xbox, or owned by Microsoft, but Xbox has done the same. Xbox Game Studios or whatever. So what games were shown? I think five games were shown there, and 4 release dates were given. So first, they did a shadow drop on everybody, so mostly unleaked and unspoiled. Like, I think people knew the name beforehand, but they had no idea what it was. And that was Hi-Fi Rush, which is basically the cell shaded style rhythm action game. You're a ninja cyborg, a looking dude with a robot cat, and you're fighting things to the beat. And some of those beats are from licensed music. Some well, I mean, it depends on if you're fans of the licensed music, but some pretty good licensed music. It's developed by Tango Gameworks, and it's published by Bethesda Softworks, who are owned by Microsoft. A partnership of developer and publisher that they have quite a bit of history for some time. Both of them, both Tango and Bethesda. Previously, Tango brought out The Evil Within in 2014, and The Evil Within 2 in 2017. It's like they close ties to Resident Evil there, so they're kind of these third-person horror games. Like it really, I I don't know how to start talking about the criticism it received, because it's like, if you don't like horror games, you're not gonna fucking like horror games, right? And me, I don't like horror games. I can't get into them. Like I think I enjoy watching other people play horror games more than me having to play horror games, because at least in that case, if I'm watching the horror game, then I feel the suspense and I feel like that anxiety watching it, but I don't have to play it. And then when something stupid happens and someone gets scared or like screams or something, I can just laugh at them and be like, "Ha, idiot." That's right. Fuck you. You got fucked up. Right? Oh man. But they, from what I could tell, they were pretty well received. They had 75-ish Metacritic scores. The first game struck chords with fans for the genre, with the atmosphere that it was bringing, the tension, the suspense. But I don't know, like they didn't particularly, they found it lacking in the story department or in narratives. And so the second game then improved on story elements, and people seem to like that, or at least fans seem to like that. But the second game didn't really innovate so much after the first one, and so they got kind of knocked for that. Prior to Hi-Fi Rush, they also brought out Ghostwire Tokyo in 2022, and that again, like, there was really kind of mixed to good reaction. It 75 on Metacritic, but even higher user scores. I guess people who were like really into this were really into it. I remember when it came out, I remember there being some sort of performance issues, to where some of like the motion controls on the PS5 controllers weren't working as intended, and anyway, it was equal parts like RPG, horror, and open world game, and they had really beautiful atmospheres and environments. They were flashy and like nice like reflections and all that kind of stuff. And so now they've brought out Hi-Fi Rush, and this is out on PC and Xbox X and S now, available on Game Pass, and from what I can tell, people bloody love it. So you're this kid, and you've got augmented by tech. They've slammed a music player in your chest through some accident, and now the world beats to your drum. The world beats to your licensed tracks. And some of the artists there are Nine Inch Nails, the Black Keys, and the Prodigy. So it's a rhythm action game. It's a twist on traditional action. Your moves and attacks will create a living soundtrack, and so your moves will add a layer on to the music. And the better that you flow with the beat, the better the outcomes of your attacks and your abilities. But your progress isn't blocked by missing the beat, so you'll get rewarded. You're not necessarily penalized for missing the beat, but you'll get rewarded for hitting on the beat. So that gives a good kind of balance. In theory, it gives a good balance of inclusiveness, and is still appealing to the audience of people who like rhythm, who like music, and also to the audience that specifically likes rhythm games. There is a kind of a tag team thing in there. Well, it's like a call and assist type of mechanic that's in there as well. So you'll have like, there's a cast of maybe 3 characters that you find on the journey, and you can call them in with a button press or something to let them do special things in the world, whether it's damage or crowd control or things like that. So ultimately, like when I was looking at this, I was like, what if like a Devil May Cry met a rhythm game? That's kind of the impression that I got. $30 price tag. Also in Game Pass for that, like $9.99 price of admission there a month. I will say though, it's ironic that the setting of it is basically that you're trying to take down corporate systems and the people in charge of them. Who treat these people who treat labor as an input, just like any other input, rather than as humans. And that was like just the thing the very last week that many of the people that were on about when talking about big tech and layoffs. So if you're down, go ahead, enjoy the fantasy and forget about the layoffs from last week. Um, I mean, I am mostly kidding, but on the other hand, I just felt maybe that's a salient point worth making. But also, I'm not exempt because I kind of want to play this fucking game, so I might just do that. And I'm already paying them with Game Pass. The next thing, or the second thing that I saw there was Minecraft Legends. So of course, a spin-off of Minecraft. Whereas Minecraft is the super popular 3D sandbox survival game, Legends will turn it into a multiplayer action and strategy game, complete with co-op and PvP play. It's developed by Mojang Studios and Blackbird Interactive. Mojang is a Sweden-based developer and the creator of Minecraft. They were founded in 2009 and acquired by Microsoft in 2014. Blackbird Interactive is a Canadian private company, independent video game development studio based in Vancouver, British Columbia. Founded in 2007. Shoutouts to John Wiedemann. Saw you in the trailer. Blackbird most recently worked on top-down real-time strategy game top-down real-time strategy games, including Homeworld 3, which was published by Gearbox, and Crossfire Legion, which was published by Smilegate Entertainment and Prime Matter. Yeah, when I think about this game, I really do enjoy co-op games quite a bit. I think, when I think back to my Steam 2022 in review, my game time was led by Souls-like because of Elden Ring, and then second there was co-op because I had spent much of the year playing, I think, Borderlands 3, and I had played Deep Rock Galactic for quite some time as well. And so, this, when I think about Legends here, it looks like a fun adventure. I like the look and the aesthetic of the piglins, I think they're called. They're like these pig enemies that are well, the enemies. It almost feels like, when I looked at the trailer and all that stuff, it feels like you're playing inside of a top-down real strategy game, but as the hero. And so, a hero that belongs in an action game, but then you also get to build things as if you're in a real-time strategy game, and you're kind of looking at it from that top-down perspective. So now, like, I get the feeling that on the left hand, I get to play an action game actively, and then on the right hand, I get to do RTS stuff pretty actively, and that's an interesting kind of blend of styles, I guess, conceptually. There is also going to be PvP stuff in that game, like a PvP mode. But even that, it's PvPvE. And it seems like it's billed as an experience that's varied enough for that has something there for everybody. But at the same time, I was hearing that it's like a 4v4 limit there. So although, yeah, like you can build, or you can explore, or you can scout, or you can like, I don't know, look for resources, things like that. If it's really a 4v4 mode, then maybe you have to start assigning roles to that kind of stuff. So maybe there'll be one role that really appeals, or more roles. Anyway, so look forward to that. April 18th this year. It's coming out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Game Pass, and PC, and Nintendo Switch. The third thing that they showed off was Forza Motorsport, which is, again, Xbox Game Studios and developed by Turn 10 Studios, their subsidiary. Turn 10 is based in Redmond, Washington, and is the creator of the Forza franchise and the developer of this game. In some, sick cars. Look at these sick cars. They're very sick, and now we can show dirt on these sick cars. Sick. I don't know. I'm not super huge into racing games anymore. Probably the largest I ever got into racing games was with Gran Turismo 2, which was on the PS2, or maybe GT3 A-Spec, one of those. I also did dabble with like some of the Need for Speeds, but even then, that was PS2 era, and that was like the most fun that I got out of that was like getting old crappy cars, or like stuff that you would consider nowadays to be old crappy cars, and then like tricking them out and like lowering them all the way to the floor and putting like neon lights on them, and rims, and like rims that spin. Uh, and I guess the other thing I would say for racing games is probably the last one that I would have enjoyed was Burnout Paradise, and I had revisited that a couple of times over. Outside of that, I haven't really had that urge to get back into, like, especially not into to driving simulator type of stuff. Which when I look at this, that's really the vibe I got. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks amazing, right? They've expanded the cars available. They've updated all their physics. They've updated graphics, and they pointed to like all kinds of realism in there. And you can see, I mean, you can see the dirt on the cars. You can see the paint thickness, and you can see paint chips, and like it's incredibly detailed. They redid all their audio stuff, and like your audio will be reactive to the things that you change in your cars. As you change the car parts, you will be able to hear, or you're supposed to be able to hear the differences therein. There'll be 20 courses. There'll be 5 all new race courses, and all like high detail. And they have like, you know, in racing games, how like you have like those shitty textures of people that are supposed to be in the stands. Like, there's supposed to be now tens of thousands of fully animated 3D models, like 3D spectators in the stands. Uh, and they have like weather effects and dynamic kind of changes in weather, and how, and that affects the traction that you'll get on the course, and that'll change how it feels to drive. Um, but as you look at that and that trailer, I mean, it looks amazing, and they say it's like it's 4K 4K 60 FPS ready, which is just like, dude, my computer can't beat this, and I have a pretty okay, like I have a pretty decent setup, but like that max resolution and those kind of settings are just like for the fucking elite of components. It's like Jesus, you know, who I don't know a person who has all that stuff. Uh, but anyway, I mean, aside from that, it looks really good. Visually, it looks great. If you're a Forza fan, and a racing fan, racing simulator fan, oh, well, if you have liked in GTA the career type stuff that they do, there will be a one player kind of career mode that'll come to this game as well, and that's actually the thing that kind of pulled me, going like, oh really? But I don't know, for me personally, if that'll be enough to pull me in. The fourth thing that they did, that they talked about at this direct, was Elder Scrolls Online. So they were teasing the next expansion there called Necrom. So I'll back it up on Elder Scrolls. So the Elder Scrolls series of role-playing action games, they're primarily developed and published by Bethesda all the way back to '94. So ESO, or Elder Scrolls Online, is their massively multiplayer game, or MMO. So ESO came out in 2014, and they've had at least 6 expansions since then. And they're also saying that all the chapters, or I suppose that's what they call their expansions, but all the chapters and all the 20 DLCs are temporarily available free for people to check out. The next expansion is slated to drop on June 5th of this year for PC and Mac. And so that whole presentation, they were really pushing for new players to come in. They're saying, hey, we have like a welcoming community, and there's a whole bunch of Elder Scrolls stuff here. And if you've ever liked Elder Scrolls before, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff here. You can come in and you can just do the main quest, the main story quest. And so, you know, when I heard that, I thought about going back and playing FF14, how I would just go through the main scenario quest there, right? And really participate in that world as solo, even though it was multiplayer, until I wanted to play multiplayer. In which case I would queue for something, and I would go and queue up in a system and go do a multiplayer thing, and then get, you know, spit back out afterwards. But even in that game, in FF14, there are systems there that let you play a completely solo experience if you want, because there are bots, like AI uh, uh, I don't know what they call them. Like you can have like a garrison, and so these soldiers will follow you around, and you can run dungeons with them. Um, anyway, so back to Elder Scrolls. I think ultimately people who are Elder Scrolls fans, or who liked Elder Scrolls before and haven't necessarily gotten into ESO, have long since made their decision. And so I don't know to the extent that a new expansion is going to change their minds, unless there's something so lore specific in that expansion that is like, oh damn, I have to go see that. I'm not too well versed in ESO lore, so I can't really say. I can, I can say, um gosh, it wasn't when World of Warcraft did the whole like Warlords of Draenor thing. That I think that was enough to pull me in when I thought I was completely out. And that lore I was more familiar with, so maybe I could see a parallel there if there's something there. But it I don't know. It just kind of feels like for MMO fans in general, each game's clientele are kind of wrapped up in their own game. And so if you spent a lot of time in WoW and now you're out and you're thinking of an MMO, you might just feel like, oh, I'm just going to go back and play WoW. Or if you spend a lot of time in FF14, or if you spend a lot of time in FF11 or Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, then maybe you'll just go back to those. I think me personally, like I swap between FF14 and WoW when I do get the itch. But at the moment, I'm kind of like I'm done with MMOs for the moment. My major issue with them is just the time investment that it takes to enjoy the game fully. Um, which then means that I have to be pretty selective with what else I can play and what I can play and how much I can play, which is unfortunate because I wish I could just play as much as I wanted all the time, but for now those days are gone. So the fifth thing that they showed off was a trailer for Redfall. This is from Arcane Austin. It takes place in Redfall, Massachusetts. Does the game, and for a while now, when I've been hearing about Redfall, there's been like a lot of confusion as to what the hell the game actually is. When I was looking at it just first at face value, I was like, all right, so what is this? Kind of like a Left 4 Dead met vampire killing game, but also it's run based and mission based because there are like permanent bases that you can stay in. But it turns out it's more akin to a Far Cry type of game. So it's like it's first person shooter. There are skill trees where you can choose talents for your character and give them certain abilities that can interplay with your gun gameplay and your abilities, and it's open world ish, I guess. I'd have to get my hands onto it to know for sure, but it seems to be open world, and there are safe houses along the place, which are safe places for you to hang out once you get to them. As for Arcane Austin, so Arcane Studios was founded all the way back in 99. They did Dishonored and Dishonored 2, Prey, and Deathloop. They have a pretty strong record for good ass games. The other stuff I was seeing in this game, there looked to be like some specialist vampire, which then again made me think of like Left 4 Dead and those kind of games where you have like specialist enemies. There was some like shroud enemy that they showed off, which spits projectiles at you, like a boss or a mini boss or a sub boss. I don't know, but it like also sinks into the ground and ports around. There seem to be like really varied environments, from environments in the natural world with a lot of detail and like environmental type of storytelling, for all these like different things that are built into the world that you notice as you're going around. And then there are real world environments, and then there are like supernatural environments where like the real world is twisted with supernatural, and you have like weird gradients and even weirder landscapes. As I say, there's a skill tree that kind of layers on this active and probably passive as well skills on top of the shooting gameplay. And so that particularly made me think of Borderlands in a sense. It's like a looter, a shooter, a looter skill tree shooter. Anyway, in short, kill the vampires whether solo or with friends. It should be out May 2nd this year on Xbox X and S, Game Pass, and for Windows PC. And that was it. That was it for the Xbox Direct. And ultimately, it was really successful. Really good kind of press and good buzz about it. I think one of the criticisms that Xbox has been receiving pretty consistently over the last year, and even I think continuing now, I had seen some more kind of articles on it. I think one thing I saw from GamesIndustry.biz, I think January 27th was the date on it. And it was on the topic of Xbox's ability to get a pipeline of new games that come out regularly. They completely missed out on Game Awards last year, but I mean the pandemic was still a reality for a lot of places, so I'm not ready to pile on developers in that sense. I think probably the bigger thing that I look at anyway is that I look at what having a major publisher backed by a massive technology corporation can do by themselves for studios that are developing games. So if you're in the position of an Xbox Studios and you're backed by Microsoft, then you have all the resources and all the expertise in the world that you need to be able to go out there and negotiate deals with different partners to get games distributed in various channels to where they need to go. It means that you're well equipped to fight regulatory battles in whatever jurisdiction that you want to bring your games to, and wherever you need to fight those regulatory battles, like with the EU and with the US FTC over the Activision acquisition. And you can make sure you can spend copious amounts of money to make sure that you get the right PR spin on your positions, whatever they may be. So it helps with appeasing your customer base when you do these marketing events, right? These developer events. You're cutting out journalists. You're cutting out any kind of critical review of your things, of your product. You can get the right PR spin on your different regulatory relationships. And then you can play a spin war with your major competitors, right? So you can go out there and you can say like, oh, Sony isn't acting in good faith. And, in response to Sony going and complaining to different regulators and maybe telling stories that aren't, it's hard to say whether they're true or not. Telling certain stories that Microsoft doesn't agree with. And so, I guess from that perspective, that could feel good if you were a developer with, that happens to be owned by a major publisher like that. The only issue then comes when the publisher's parent company decides to make certain calculations on, hey, X number of staff needs to be cut. And then the senior management at the publisher aren't either able or willing to push back to their bosses and say, hey, no, we shouldn't cut this. Here's the business case why. Here's how we can deliver, and here's what profit we could make to you on this business line if you would only let us keep the staff that we have. I'm like making some pretty big, like, optimistic statements there. I'm sure maybe it's tougher for senior management at Xbox Game Studios to push back and say hey Nadella, we're you shouldn't cut our staff, or shouldn't make us cut our staff. But and that wouldn't solve the larger issue, which is the human costs to layoffs. But ultimately, I would like to see some business managers really trying to push back and say, well, it's not going to be my business line that gets cut. You're going to have to find your budget cuts elsewhere. I'm sure here's my proof on how we're productive. I'm sure you can find some other area to go slash their budget. From a very kind of cold and calculated position, that's how I look at it. And anyway, so speaking of cold and calculated, I'll move on right on to the next topic, which is AI tech and Microsoft and GPT. So I talked a little bit about this stuff last time, but a few of these bears repeating. So, as we know, we had a pandemic, a bit of a pandemic spending boom, right? And so many players in big tech felt like that was going to be a permanent increase in demand, but it wasn't. And so your market financial analysts are out there, or your regular economists or your business people are coldly out there saying, "Hey, it's a correction." It's a correction that's been taking place over the last 3 months, really. So from November 2022, December 2022, and January this year. Amazon's memo was very machine-like. Their memo to staff on layoffs. It was update from CEO Andy Jassy on role eliminations. Meta Zuckerberg was surprisingly less robotic, where he confessed about his miscalculations. Microsoft Satya Nadella only hinted at their error, saying, "Hey, we're seeing our customers optimize their digital spend to do more with less." Alphabet, or Google's Sundar Pichai, called their hiring actions actions that were for a different economic reality than the one that we have today. And then you take all of that, memo stuff, and hey, Apple didn't have to write a memo because they didn't do any layoffs yet. But anyway, even with all of that, you look, and even with the slowdown that's been happening, you see Apple's market cap. And so Apple has added $975 billion since 2020 to get to $2,280 billion of market cap. Right? So the total value outstanding of their shares in all markets. Microsoft has added 643 billion to reach a market cap of $1,846 billion US dollars. Alphabet has added $349 billion to reach a market cap of $1,272 billion. Amazon has added 96 billion to reach a market cap of $1,012 billion. And finally, Meta, they're the only ones to have lost 199 billion in market capitalization to reach around $386 billion today. So companies are dumping their excess inputs that they simply regard as inputs, which is labor, when it comes to them modeling modeling different things about their financial health, about their growth prospects, and all of that. And so this past Wednesday, then, when I think about what's happening in Canada, in the economy, Canada, the Central Bank of Canada, so the Bank of Canada is the central bank. They rose their benchmark borrowing rate. Basically, they rose it 0.25 percentage points. And so the rate has increased to 4.5%. This is the eighth consecutive briefing that they do these things. They've raised it 8 consecutive times. This is amid interest rates across the world are slowly increasing. I think inflation is now close to 6% in Canada. And in the US, last I checked, I think at the end of December 2022, inflation was at 6.5%. But now the Bank of Canada is the first out of the G10 nations to hint that it's ready to pause their monetary policy tightening. That is, it's ready to pause these interest rate hikes because they've seen the slowdown in domestic demand in December in Canada and in the US. And all of this has been slowing down consumption in general. And certainly it's been slowing down consumption of digital goods and digital services. So before this announcement that Canada might be ready to pause rate hikes, I had also seen reports by the European Central Bank, the ECB, headed by Christine Lagarde, and reports from the U.S. Fed that were saying that both of these big pillars of the global economy in terms of central banking were committed to raising their central bank rates as their tool to stamp out inflation and bring it back down to a rough 2% target. And that plays within band, but generally speaking, we're looking for 2% inflation annually. But there have also been other officials in the U.S. That are concerned that once you take out food and energy and housing related costs, there are still some other price pressures that are there that feed into high inflation. And so the implication of that is that these hikes that we're doing might be too fast, and maybe we should spread them out more because inflation is being increased by these other things that aren't a part of the cyclical inflation that we're trying to address, right? And so maybe we might take it too far and then put too much of a damper on the economy, which will unnecessarily tip it into a recession. And that's kind of what people on the other side of the fence are trying to say when they're advocating for a slowdown to the tightening of monetary policy. So a slowdown to the increase in interest rates. And so that's what it made me think, how do we balance bringing inflation back under control? Because we need to do that. And what is the level of inflation that we're willing to tolerate such that we don't tip it we don't tip the economy into a complete downturn? And that's what Canada is considering now. We'll see if the rest of the G10 consider it. I think, typically speaking, Canada does not lead the world in monetary policy decisions. It's usually the U.S. Fed and the ECB that make the first move, and then everybody else kind of follows suit. For a long time, that's how it used to be for Canada. We just kind of we'd watch and see what the U.S. is doing, and it would usually signal later on what Canada would do in terms of their rate. And so when I think about the games market, then I think, short term, definitely in Canada, it'll be good news for interest rates to kind of stall out for a bit, even though inflation will keep eating away at our real value of money, kind of like a tax would. Well, never mind what a tax would, but kind of like a tax that we don't want. It would become relatively less appealing to save and relatively more appealing to borrow and to spend. Although I wouldn't necessarily advocate for that at the moment because it's still kind of scary times, and I am continuing to see these forecasts for recession. So now I'm trying to also hold on to money that I don't need to spend. And trying to save as much, especially if interest rates will continue to rise, even outside of Canada. But so anyway, those are two different things that are going on there with interest rates and inflation. I think, the next thing to talk about then is that, okay, well, businesses are doing their corrections, and yet they're still keen to seek out new investment opportunities where they really feel that there's really good bets. And so now this seems to be pointing to AI, and that's where we come to Microsoft absolutely shoveling, dumping, snowplowing $10 billion into OpenAI for ChatGPT, and whatever else integration that they might try to do with that kind of technology. I might be speculating a little bit at this point, but I did see an interesting article. I did read an interesting article in the Toronto Star here, and they were talking about, different possibilities for what that might mean. So imagine if you could ask Microsoft PowerPoint to create an outline in a tropical theme based off of some notes that you've taken in a Word document. Or, think about if you could just ask Excel to do an auto sum and sort this data set that I have by this and then this and then this, and just give it that text command, or just say it into a microphone and have it process what that means and actually go and do it, right? Um, and then it'll feed into some like crazy model that has been trained on crazy amounts of training data to probabilistically get that job done. The other thing that's been going on is that I've seen reports of venture capital money getting pumped into new AI startups around GPT. There's one in Toronto. I forgot to pull the article, but it was something like $500 million to $550 million being pumped into a startup for some GPT related thing in Toronto. And I just fear that venture capital will see this as the next area of growth. And that's kind of scary, right? Because like, I think back to how like way back when virtual reality was like all the rage and there was a ton of money flowing into it, all that dumping of cash was going into VR by like all this venture capital, and then crypto kind of took off and all the venture capital went to crypto, and then crypto is kind of a mess right now, although I don't know, like there's still some value there, like some speculative value there, but it's still a mess. And now you have this GPT, and I feel like there are going to be a lot of that kind of investment money is going to flow in that direction. And I think that should be concerning because GPT, first real quick, I haven't explained it yet, but it's generative pre-trained transformer. So it's like a highly sophisticated chatbot that's been trained on internet data to spit out text that's most likely to quote unquote correctly respond to the user's query. So when you think about Microsoft just plowing in there, and you think about how Google is going to respond with their products, I don't know, like I saw one article or one headline saying, oh, like Google's going to release some 20 AI products in 2023. And you think about all the VC money starting to pile in, there are some really huge questions to ask, right? I think when I start out, I think, what are going to be the ethical standards around responsible implementation of GPT? And who's going to be responsible to set those standards? Is that government? Will that be industry coalition? Will that be company by company left alone to do their own bidding? We run into a situation where it's like, is this even an area where governments can feasibly regulate? And whether or not they can, should they? I tend to think like, yes, absolutely, they should. And I think in some cases there is capacity to do it, the ability to do it, but there needs to be a political will for it. And we need to be paying attention to this. I don't know to the extent that we are. And then you think about, okay, well, what is GPT doing? Is what it's saying in response to your query, is that even correct? Right? And like I've played around with it a lot of times, and a lot of times it's not, right? It'll spit out something that's like very convincing and like well written, and has pulled from all the internet stuff, the data that it has to come out with an answer. Sometimes it's right, but a lot of times there's also stuff that's mixed in that's wrong, right? And so how many people are taking what it's spitting out at face value? How do you make sure that whatever misinformation, whether intentionally or unintentionally, is stamped out? How do you make sure that you're not proliferating that? And so, when a company like Microsoft says, when you look at the OpenAI website, or you look at some of these announcements, you'll see Microsoft say that we have a shared ambition with OpenAI to responsibly advance cutting edge AI research and democratize it as a new technology platform. You really have to question, what does responsibly mean first? And then second, what does democratize mean? So on face value, if you look at responsibly and you say, oh, okay, well, maybe they'll have some policies and they'll have some standards to make sure that these programs reasonably don't say incorrect things, and don't act in contravention with applicable regulations and legislations. So generally meaning, this thing will not do things that are illegal in whatever jurisdictions that we operate. And then when you see democratized, then on the face value, you might think, okay, well, that means that these tools are going to be made widely available for broad audiences to use, and it will be accessible to them. But if you dig deeper, then you should ask, well, for democratize, at what cost? Because there's never a free lunch, right? Like there's no such thing as free shipping. You paid Amazon Prime for that, right? There's no such thing as free with a $20 purchase, right? You paid $20 for the thing you bought for $20 and the thing that you got for free. It was just kind of bundled in together. That valuation of that item together that you bought is worth $20. And so I would just be worried that what is the cost to governments? What is the cost to society? And how would we be able to adjust to solve these new issues that will crop up? Back to responsibly, does responsibly just mean not illegally? Should responsibly be more? Like, it doesn't say socially responsible, right? What will unleashing this technology en masse, what will that do to entire occupations? Certainly in terms of job loss, there will be retraining needs. And how about even those who are able to keep their jobs, but then they have to learn a whole new way of working so that they don't end up being cut. So yeah, does responsibly mean socially responsible? Does it mean that we're going to pay attention to who gets affected and who gets displaced by these new technologies? Are we going to do anything about that? Will big tech do anything there? Will they be willing? Will governments in general, will governments care? Will they tie the access to markets with this technology to specific covenants or specific conditions that say, hey, you also got to support the people that you displace, that kind of stuff. And so, I think in some, like the response will vary obviously from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, because it will not be like an internationally coordinated thing, but from government jurisdiction to jurisdiction, it'll vary. I think I'm optimistically, confident that in Canada we'll at least have something going there to take care of our people. I sincerely hope so. I think on the corporate side, it's not bloody likely at all. And yeah, government side, it'll depend on where you're living and where you happen to be a citizen. It also depends on how large the public outcry will be on these situations, if they become, big issues, which I could foresee happening as well. So hey, that's it for my rant on Microsoft and GPT. Man, that's gonna do it for us today. Yeah, if you're here on Twitch, stick around. I'll check out some Fire Emblem Engage in a moment. If you're watching the archive on YouTube, or if you're listening to the pod, thank you so much. This has been kind of a wild experience to get this up and running. I don't know how many supporters I have. I could probably count them on my hands. But each and every one of you count, and I'm very appreciative of you. I'm excited to push this as far as I can, and who knows where we can take it. Till then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Always enjoy your gaming. And I will catch you on the flip side. So I guess I'll just hit the transition button. Hello. How's it going? I'm back. I'm back to play some Fire Emblem Engage.
Fire Emblem Engage.
Also need to see if the volume's actually working. Which it is not. All right, there we go. There we go. I did not buy an expansion pass. Change language. There's language options? Oh, interesting. Oh, whatever. I'll keep it on English. It's fine. New game. Literally the first. The first time getting to get my hands on this. I think we'll go with the girl. Hell yeah. Aleer. Okay. Yes. Goddamn. I'll resist. I like how the middle option is hard. Okay, great. I'll go with normal. Just go normal. All units are gone forever. I think that's the only way you can play. That's the only way I can play. Sure. Sure. Am I gonna regret this choice? Start. Whoa, smart.
Almost time.
We can handle this.
I think I would recognize most of them from like Smash Bros. Basically, some various iterations of Smash Bros. But not actually from Fire Emblem games for the most part.
Keep them back!
We won't lose!
Don't know who you are.
Not today!
Keep going! You can do this! Our final battle lies ahead. Now, it's time to engage.
They said the thing that's in the, it's in the game, it's in the name. The thing, they did the thing. Okay. All right. We're engaged. Ooh.
Let's go. One last battle and the war will be over. The others fought hard to clear a path for us. We can't let them down.
Okay.
You're here at your end. This place will be your tomb.
Okay. Rout the enemy in defeat condition. If I'm defeated, I lose. All right.
Move in. I'll remain by your side.
All right. Let's move. Select your unit with A. Move L. Right. Okay. Oops.
I'll do my best.
Sure. After you move, you see a list. Do not want to take an action. Select wait.
You have no hope of defeating me, not even with your emblem.
So all units have taken action, the player phase ends, and the enemy phase begins. Once both phases are completed, the turn ends, next turn begins. Phase.
He's within reach now. We can strike.
So move in range and then attack. Got it. Very familiar UI styling.
To die here was ever your destiny. The rings are mine.
Are you moving? What the hell? Oh, cool. Weird. Am I gonna die? What? Scripted death? Do I get to heal?
It's time.
Oh,
Engage.
it's engage time. Got it. When the engage meter is full, select engage. Your unit will merge with the selected emblem and gain access to special engage weapons. Unlocks a special set of skills. Engage state lasts for 3 tries.
I'll never yield.
Engage. Okay. Or start
The
for
time
engage.
has come.
Now, as one. Emblem engage.
Man. Like some Team Rocket level shit, or like even, I don't know. Is that what Rune-esque, I guess? I don't know. That's weird. Cool.
We are now connected and can unleash a powerful attack together.
Oh man, you can use powerful engage attacks. Huh? Okay. So the bumpers, I can swap my weapons. And, I'm not sure which, I mean, I would guess you would just use the bump. Yeah. Oh, I already switched the weapon. That's right. Okay. Got it. Okay.
My prayers are with you.
Damage.
You have nothing to celebrate.
Oh.
You are weakness itself. You will never defeat me.
Okay.
Thanks to you, this world is saved, and my work here is complete. Know that I will always be with you, and that we will stand together again, as we did this day.
Okay.
If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me.
Somehow, I bet we will.
Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side. The 12 emblems.
Right. Was it just a dream?
Where am I?
Whoa. Tell me you're seeing this.
Hello there. And you are?
You're awake! You're really awake, yeah?
You're the Divine Dragon!
No way!
Hey.
No way!
Oh, oh, you have.
Divine Dragon is finally
God damn it.
awake!
Another amnesiac protagonist. I think that's what's going on here. Okay. Okay, great. I don't remember anything. There's another game like this that I need to play, that I need to finish. It's called Tales of Arise. You also play as an
Calm down, you two. What's all of this ruckus about?
Huh?
Divine Dragon.
Oh.
It's a miracle. An utter miracle. The Divine One awake at long last.
And Kill finding out that there's a Divine Dragon. Oh.
That I might live to see you standing before me. What an honor.
Not to be rude, but who are you?
Apologies. I lost myself for a moment there. My name is Vander. I am the 32nd steward of the dragon.
Hello, Sir Vander.
Oh, my Divine One! There is no need to address me as such. Simply Vander will do.
See? I told you the Divine Dragon was awake.
Yeah, we were telling the truth.
You two. I don't believe I got your names.
Oh, sorry. We were so excited we forgot to introduce ourselves. We're the 33rd Stewards of the Dragon. My name's Clan. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Fram. We're twins.
Thanks.
We've been waiting forever for you to wake up.
As stewards of the dragon, our mission is to
couldn't
protect
tell that
and
you were
provide for you.
Twin siblings reminding me of some other twin siblings that I've seen in some other game, like FF14.
Generation after generation of our
Same.
predecessors waited for you to rise from your slumber. I'll admit, I am astonished to see it has finally happened. You see, 1,000 years have passed since the first steward took their post.
1,000 years? That's how long I've been asleep?
Indeed. Your mother, Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, has long awaited this day. Finally, you, a Divine Dragon yourself, have awakened. This surely signifies great things.
Okay.
Oh, slow down. This monarch you mentioned. She's my mother? And I'm a divine dragon, you called it?
Oh, dear. Is your memory hazy, Divine One?
Hazy.
I know my name, but that's about it.
You can't remember anything else?
Maybe you're just feeling groggy because of all that sleep.
But I don't even know who I am.
Fret not. Such lapses in memory are to be expected after sleeping for so long. If I may, you are a divine dragon, a member of a royal family of dragons revered as deities. Queen Lumera, the divine dragon monarch, rules over the holy land of Lethos. In the war 1,000 years ago, she defeated and imprisoned the wicked, fell dragon. You, Divine One, are her only child.
The war? The fell dragon? Oh, I feel like I can almost remember, but...
Please, do not trouble yourself trying to bring it all back at once. Your memories will return in time. You are a being of immense power. A deity, no less. I have heard many a tale of your kindness, nobility, and bravery. Your unflinching heroism.
That's a lot to live up to.
For now, let us head to Lethos Castle. Queen Lumera will be thrilled to see you. Perhaps the reunion will help stir your memories.
I hope so.
Okay then. Onward and downward.
To Lethos Castle!
Okay, great.
All this time, I've been sleeping in the sky?
You have, yes. The place where you slumbered is known as the Somniel, a fortress built upon an airborne island to ensure your safety. It is perhaps the most secure place in all of Helios. Only a select few can set foot there.
Oh, I see. And you three live there with me.
Yep. As stewards, we spend our time caring for you. And managing things around the Somniel. It's a sacred place, so we work as hard as we can to keep it shipshape.
Loyal family members visit us all the time. Well, visit you, really. The Prince and Princess of Firene, a deeply religious country, visit especially often.
They pray next to you, like this. Then they just talk for a while, like they're chatting to a friend.
I see. Thanks for filling me in, Fram. You too, Clan.
The Divine One said our names! And thanked us!
I think I'm going to faint! Unless I already did. Am I dreaming?
Need I remind you that you are in the presence of the Divine Dragon?
How
many times must I tell you to behave in a manner befitting your station?
The soul
Divine One,
narrator.
please, forgive this embarrassing breach of decorum.
Breach of decorum? I'm actually enjoying their enthusiasm.
You're just as kind-hearted as I always imagined.
Oh, look! There it is!
Lithos Castle.
Yes, I suppose 1,000 years have passed since you've been home.
Divine Monarch.
Don't worry. We'll be right there with you.
You can hold my hand if you like.
Thank you. How long have I been wearing this ring? Since before I fell asleep? That blue stone. It reminds me of something.
Whoa. What? Combat.
What are these horrible things?
Vander, are creatures like that common around here?
They're not. I've never seen them.
What?
Nor have I heard of such monsters
They're
appearing in Lithos
reacting
before.
to me.
This is a land of peace.
Understood. Well,
Shall we fight them? As you wish, Divine One. You whose bravery knows no equal.
no, let's run.
Huh?
We haven't the slightest idea who they are, and we don't know how they came to be here. Also, they worry me for some reason. So, we run.
Well, did the Divine Dragon really command me to retreat?
Okay, get to safety.
We'll keep them distracted for you.
What the? Come back! Come back this instant!
Oh no!
This isn't
Done.
looking
Fuck,
good.
you done goofed. Like that's.
Fran! Fran!
Good job, Alpha Node.
Hold on! We shall come to you!
God. Okay.
Vander!
Divine One, stay back. It's too dangerous.
Clan and Fram were trying to protect me. I have to help them. I take back what I said. This is no time to run. Please, let me fight.
I wonder if they can die if I let them.
All right,
Can't be.
but stay on your guard.
I will.
Probably just like fail the mission. Well, doesn't appear as a defeat condition, but anyway. Don't get defeated.
What are these creatures doing in Lithos? We had best use the foliage to take cover.
Oh. Rain provides various effects in battle. For example, harder to land a hit on a unit positioned in a thicket. Thickets also cost more movement for ground units to pass through. See terrain effects in the information section. Use terrain to your advantage.
Here goes.
So they're saying move into a thicket. When we do that, and I'm going to take an opportunity to attack. And I think that's really my only option. Unit details with X. No weapons to cycle to select for unit details. But I can't seem to. Can I scroll these items? I can't seem to scroll those items. Okay. Anyway, I'm sure that's what I'll do. I will attack. Sword beats axe, so that's good. Do it! Hell yeah. Bitch! Various types, cavalry, adept, and mystical. Each type has different advantages. Check a unit's type on the stats screen. Cavalry units have the highest movement. Their high mobility allows them to cross map quickly, land a first blow, or aid an ally. Unit details. Oh, okay, let's not hitting all these buttons. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's how I can. You hit X, and then you can get into this. You can get your cursor in here. Okay, so you have HP recovery. He's an axe dude. If the unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants crit +5. Oh, damn it! I wonder if I could have given. Oh, anyway. Can you attack? No, you can't. I know it's just they said to stay in the bushes, but I wonder if I can just. Are there bushes here? Not really. Maybe, not really. No. Alright, well, anyway, probably not worth it to think about it this hard, but screw it. Attack. I did it.
There are too many of them. Divine One, get out of here!
Yikes.
Fram, are you all right?
Fram, it's not safe for you here. Retreat to the castle. These enemies are formidable indeed. Divine One, please use a vulnerary if you are wounded.
You know, with 0 hit points, can no longer fight. Use items to restore HP. To use a vulnerary, that's a word. A vulnerary. Select the items command. Does that like use up my options? Go in here. Oh, here we go. Maybe I'm missing it, but it doesn't like. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Here we go. Vulnerary. Oh, I'm full. Nothing hit me anyway, so it doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay, fine. They missed. That's right. I guess I'll just attack. I mean, I can't really cut them off, so I might as well stay in the bushes.
You called?
I'll go up here and I guess it makes sense to take out the enemies while you can, but I don't know if there's any such thing as like aggro if you attack things. I just assume that thing might turn around and hit me. I'll just take out while you can.
This is the mission of the stewards.
Well, shit.
I gotta protect Fram. You rotten monsters, don't scare me.
Don't crit, don't crit, don't crit. I'm sorry, can't. Maybe I should have attacked him. So. Hey, nice miss. Oh boy. What a gross miscalculation. Oh my god, what the fuck?
More enemies.
They just keep coming. They're all trying to protect me. I should be protecting you. If only I could. Somehow.
Marth?
You must remember.
Is it engage time?
Who said? The ring.
Know that my strength can be yours.
Oh, right.
I know that voice.
If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me. Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side.
The 12 emblems.
What?
Divine One? Divine One! You mustn't do this
Unlimited
alone!
movement.
Don't worry, please. I'm not alone. Help me. Lend me your strength in this fight. Shine
Through the
on,
power of
emblem of
Aqua.
beginnings.
I am known as Marth. Emblem Marth, to be clear.
The challenger approaches. Yeah, go smart. Oh man,
That was amazing!
great choreography.
We did it. Thanks for your help, Marth. Truly.
Of course. It is good to see you. I was able to answer your call because you remembered me.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or is that an emblem of legend?
Very cool.
Clan, Bram, get to safety now.
Right!
I can appreciate that we're all here, and also I can appreciate the music. Hyping it up. I almost screw that up, it feels like.
With your
whenever
help,
I'm-
Marth, we might
Thanks,
just
Jan.
make it.
Thanks for,
Will you join us?
engagement.
Of course. I will fight alongside you from here forward.
Uh-huh. A unit can fight alongside, that is called being synced. While synced, you have increased power and access to sync skills. So I guess that means I don't even know if I can engage. Emblem Marth strikes quickly and repeatedly. Sync Perceptive makes it easier to avoid enemy counterattacks. Rapier deals bonus damage against cavalry and armor. Okay. Engage skill Divine Speed adds additional less powerful attack. Engage attack Lodestar Rush is a powerful and blindingly fast flurry of blows. Okay, that's a lot of information to absorb. Like, I think X is the... What if I wanted to see details of the enemy? Weird. I'm not sure exactly how to do that, if you can even do that. Is it hard? Is it... Oh, hey. Whoa. Whoa, you can see... Okay. Okay, so attack and defense. That's not there. Merge with an... Oh, no. I don't want to engage just yet. Do I? Would that use up my engage bar? Probably. Oh, whatever.
Lend me your strength.
Maybe I didn't actually need to engage. Okay, so you can change the camera angle. It's like, dude, I can't see you. Fucking. Alright. Iron Sword it is. It's totally unnecessarily.
Fate has brought us.
Engage or whatever.
This is it. I live to fight again.
Does that mean Marth goes away, or guess we'll find out? Oh man, I don't know about this camera. Ugh. Sure, let's just hide in this bush. Hell yeah. Nice counterattack. Weapon durability? Is that a thing here, or are we free of that now in Fire Emblem? I don't see weapon durability yet, so I'm guessing no. Sure, cool right here. Up here.
Cannot afford to lose.
Yay. Friendship up. Sword agility grants avo avoidance at cost of crit minus 10. Okay. Alright. Oh, allies who fight alongside avos gain bond. Yes. Bond increases. You gain stats. Okay. Attack.
I am as strong as ever.
I like that guy. I like his voice. I am as strong as ever. Cool, dude. This guy belongs in, like, I don't know, boyfriend simulator or something. Look at him. Dad simulator. Sure. Ideally, I would have done all of this
Divine
first
one.
and then come try to stream it, but I didn't have time.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing this now.
And,
God damn it.
sorry. This all happened because we ran ahead.
That's right. It's all your fault. Listen to orders next time.
I'm the one who should apologize. You put yourselves in danger trying to protect me.
Actually, it's almost certainly Alir's fault for waking up or whatever.
It's
Anyway.
such a relief you're both safe now.
No one's to blame, but clearly it's because she.
Divine One, I hear more enemies approaching.
They'd be after you.
More? I thought we'd gotten them all.
Might be time to retreat.
Evidently not. These creatures, will there be no end to them?
Yes, not.
Huh? There's more?
Whoa!
And they got a dragon?
It's fucking dragon! What? Oh, the shit. Oh, okay. Friend dragon. See you. Whoa. What are you from, Genshin?
At last, you are awake.
Oh, man. Genshin Impact Engage.
Is it really you?
Yes, it's me. Thank you for saving us.
What a joy it is to see you.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've waited for so long.
We couldn't be bothered to animate it.
When I sensed you had awoken, I flew here as fast as my wings would carry me. I hope you're not hurt.
We did voice act it though. Which I'll take.
I'm fine.
What a relief. You cannot understand
But we
how
animated
I
this.
missed you,
It's not
my
hugs.
dear child.
Oh, you're my mother.
What's the matter? Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Since awakening, the Divine One's memory is clouded.
I see.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't expecting this.
No, I must apologize. I was so overcome with joy. I hugged you as hard as I could. I take this to mean you've forgotten everything. I suppose it's to be expected. 1,000 years is a very long time.
Vander explained that I've been sleeping since some war that happened back then.
Yes, you suffered a terrible wound. And because of that...
A wound? Well, I don't remember that. Or this world. Or anything.
Don't fret, young one. I will speak to you of all you've forgotten, regardless of what you remember. I'm simply glad to have you back, my dear child.
Still, this isn't the reunion you hoped for.
Oh, don't worry about me. It's solace enough just to hear that sweet voice of yours, and to gaze once more into your eyes. What lovely colors they are.
Okay. So after battle, you can explore the map freely. Okay, cool. Keep an eye out for items. To finish, either move to the exit or press start. To open the menu and select the part. Okay. Whoa, hey. Some framey ass shit. But, I mean, it's not that bad. It does look nice too. You know, I have been traditionally pretty critical of, oh, let's check out that invisible wall, hell yeah. But it's like clearly a mirror to tell you, oh, you can't go here. Except to depart. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've been too critical of the Switch. It's just kind of need a new update on hardware at this point. But it's nice, and clearly they have a lot of knowledge on how to make games with this that run well. Because this is so far it's fine. It's running really well. Just don't, you know, in these open world things, maybe don't move too fast because that's a bit framey. But otherwise, looks good. I like it. Maybe I'll just move I'll pan the camera slowly. That still feels like shit. Oh god. My eyes also aren't really that great. Or there's some, I don't know, there's some, I probably need glasses is probably what it is. Just for fatigue purposes, but I don't think there are any other items. I don't see anything, so I guess that's that. Alright, let me talk to some folks. Let me talk to Alpha Node and their sister there. Clan and something? Ram and Clan?
Amazing!
Oh, hey, okay. Right. What happened to the guy who popped out of your ring?
So
He was
great!
incredible. Get injured at all? I hope not. If you need healing though, I'm fantastic. Ooh, a healer. So spellcaster and healer, mage and healer. And Vander. Hard to see you and Queen reunited. Memory loss may have come as a surprise, but she seemed elated nonetheless.
Thank you.
I'm so very, very happy to see you. It's like a dream. Let's not linger too long. There may be more, almost certainly, more enemies lurking about. That seems to be it. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's the part time. Next chapter.
Let's head to the castle. Climb on my back.
I forgot to save. Maybe I should have saved. Alright, who's to say? I wonder if it'll just like, if I'm heading into another battle right away, or...
We live on the continent of Elios, 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. Firene, Kingdom of Abundance. Brodia, Kingdom of Might. Elusia, Kingdom of Knowledge. Solm, Queendom of Freedom. The land of Lithos, home of divine dragons.
I'm always afraid to press
And
pause
Gradlon,
because I might skip
domain
it, but
of
really
the fell
Brodia,
dragon,
Kingdom of Might,
fallen
and
to
Elusia,
ruin.
Knowledge? Elusive? Knowledge? What?
1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the Fell Dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one. In the end, we were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the Fell Dragon. In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. The binding weakens. If his shadow stretches across the land again, then we must fight him anew, as we did in ages past. Fell Dragon, Sombron, must be stopped.
So used to like hearing dragons in these games speak in some like draconic or dragon language that it's kind of weird to see one speaking just the native tongue English for us and having their like lip sync to it. That's kind of strange. Minor, small thing. All right, chapter 2.
Here we are. We are safe within these walls.
Very good.
So this is Lithos Castle. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you think so. Though you may not remember this place, I've long waited to welcome you back here. Welcome home.
I'm home?
Yes, you are. I feel overwhelmed with joy. I may cry.
Queen Lumera.
Vander. Clan. Frem. Thank you for all you've done. You are worthy stewards indeed. You and your predecessors, watching over my child all these years. I am ever so grateful.
You are too kind.
Yeah, it's awful nice of you to say that. I'm starting to feel woozy.
Oh yeah, go us! We just got praised by Queen Lumera herself!
His lines, man. Oh, that's hilarious.
The happiness of this moment aside, I am troubled to see the corrupted here in Lithos.
The corrupted?
Those enemies you were fighting out on the grasslands.
Oh, I didn't like those things one bit. Just the sight of them made my blood run cold.
Understandably so. The corrupted are corpses revived by an evil power. The Fell Dragon used them as his soldiers in the war. Before the start of that bitter conflict, Elios had known peace for eons. But then, a dark presence emerged. Sombron. Despite tireless searching, we could not determine where he'd come from. But seeing the destruction he wrought, there was no doubt of his evil intentions. Now the corrupted are spreading once more. This may be a sign of his return.
No.
I wonder if it is mere coincidence that you awakened as all this unfolds. If the Fell Dragon has been released, then we must prepare for battle.
I can't imagine fighting someone like that.
Worry not. I doubt he will attack anytime soon. This castle is filled with the spirits of divine dragons. The corrupted cannot enter it easily. Let us devise a plan now, while we have the opportunity. Emblem Marth.
It's been quite some time, Lumera.
That it has. Thank you for lending your aid against the corrupted.
You're welcome. But of course, I could help only because your child remembered me. You know, it is possible the others are awake now, just as I am.
Perhaps you are right.
Sorry, but what do you mean?
Gotta remember them
Who's
first.
awake?
There is something I should show you. Follow me.
Or not.
What is this place?
This is the Ring Vault. It is where the emblem rings are enshrined.
Oh.
Those of the Holy Knight, of the Sage Lord, and of the Azure Twins rest here, as well as the Ring of the Princess Exalt, and finally, the Ring of the Instructor. Each dwells within an emblem ring, as Marth resides in the Ring of the Hero King.
So, counting Marth, there are 6 emblem rings. Wow.
In fact, there are 12. 6 here, and 6 entrusted to the other countries, as a precautionary measure.
What do you mean?
The emblems grant world-altering power to whoever has all 12 rings. For generations, the Divine Dragons used this power to ensure peace and prosperity in Elyos. Indeed, that was how we locked away the Fell Dragon. But many have sought to steal the rings, and use them for their own nefarious purposes.
Which is why they're scattered all over the continent,
they're wont
not
to.
just stored here.
Precisely. The rings offer their power but once every 1,000 years, at which time the Divine Dragon travels across Elyos to collect them from each nation's ruler. With 1,000 years having passed since last time, I was planning to carry out this ritual soon. But if the Fell Dragon is after the rings, the emblems may be summoned before I arrive.
Summoned?
It is how one calls for an emblem from a ring, just as you did earlier with Marth. Only those with royal dragon blood are capable of summoning. That includes you, my child.
Oh, you must be talking about the phrase that popped into my head.
An invocation, you mean?
Man.
What was it?
Shine on, emblem of beginnings. I wasn't even thinking about it.
It's
The
just
words just fell from my mouth.
You do this you make the main character an amnesiac, and then that way you can write in all the things without having to bother with creating a story that would explain it. And I just find that annoying. It's just like, you know, it's like they're just like they're really just tapping on the fourth wall, and just like they're leaning on the fourth wall, put their hand up on the fucking screen, and they're like, hey, here are all the things that are happening in the story. And I find that a little annoying.
That was how you summoned Marth. What was your focus? Your intention when you spoke those words?
I feel like she's talking to me instead of talking to her. At times.
I wanted to help Clan and Fram. I didn't want to lose them. I wanted to protect them.
Your focus was on helping others. Remember that intention whenever you summon emblems. Not to keep the power for yourself. Understand?
I understand.
Now, why don't we try a practice battle?
Okay.
You must be a little rusty after all these years.
Yes, accurate. I am quite rusty at Fire Emblem.
How about we train here? You will be the one fighting. The emblem lends you their strength. You need to train your body and mind to unleash an emblem's full power. Vander, Clan, Frem, you will be aiding my child in this battle.
Oh, shit.
Against me.
Queen Lumera, even in a practice battle, I could not turn my weapon on you.
Oh, Vander, please do put your heart into it. I know I will.
Oh. Okay. See?
dear. Not at all. How could you think so? I made these opponents from plants and rocks. Nevertheless, their abilities are the same. Drop your guard and you could be hurt.
They're really unsettling. Can we train with something else? They give me the chills.
Listen, you must push through your fear and face whatever opponent stands against you. Never run away. You are my child, the protector of all. The Divine Dragon.
I understand.
Don't worry, Divine One. We'll back you up every step of the way.
Yeah! What Fram said.
As loath as I am to battle against Queen Lumera, orders are orders. I pledge to bring us victory.
Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
let's go.
Now, let's begin.
Yes. Let's go. Okay. All right. Good. Oh. Got it. Defeat. Lumera, don't lose.
Be cautious, Divine One. Some of these enemies are carrying long-range weapons.
Right.
Therefore, they can rain arrows upon us from afar.
Right. Weapon has a set range. Bow can attack 2 spaces away. Weapons with a range of 1 cannot counter distance attacks. I see. Weapons with a range of 2 cannot counter adjacent attacks. Okay. Right. So get in range. And if you're ranged, stay out of range.
See this enemy with the axe. Axe wielders are at a disadvantage against swords.
Yes.
Swords are strong against axes, axes against lances, and then lances against swords.
Yes.
If you outmatch your foe, you can break their fighting stance for an advantage in combat.
Okay.
Try it. Strike with your sword. After their stance is broken, they'll be open to further attack.
Break status. Broken units cannot counterattack. Very cool. Okay. Well, that's new for me. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying out some engage. See you.
For the Divine Dragon.
I've got this.
Yeah. Oh. Really? Man. Thanks for that. Not sure why. Because it's, yeah. Thanks. It's hard to figure out what the... Oh, yeah. I see it now. Damn it. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. There it is. That should be much better. Oh, man. Growing pains.
Well done. You see, swords are strong against axes. Always keep such weapon advantages in mind.
Hmm.
Enemies can't counterattack while recovering their stance. A good time to finish them off.
Okay.
Hey, Divine One. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I can use magic.
I guessed, but I didn't actually know.
I'm good from near or far, even against well-protected enemies.
Magic can attack both distant and adjacent. Effective against enemy with high physical defense. Okay. Mystical unit. Ignore terrain bonuses. Okay. Mystical units can land attacks from a distance, and an enemy should be hard to hit. Okay. Oh, what? Whoa, remove. Oh, I see. Wait a sec. What? I didn't actually catch how I'm supposed to cast. Or is it because I haven't...
Right?
Oh man, I'm confused. Unit details? Oh, okay. I have to get it. Okay. So I wasn't in range. Got it. So I do need to be 2 spaces away. Okay. Very nice.
Did you see that?
The Divine One looked right at me! You know,
Freaking out.
I can do some mean healing with my staff. Not only that, I can take incoming hits from nearby allies. But it smarts when I do. Anyway, if you don't want to get hurt, or you need some patching up, just lean on me.
Staves. Your units can help allies or hinder enemies. Only certain classes like martial monks can. Okay. Heal staff restores hit points. Staves are useful, but they break. Okay, so there is like durability on heals. Key adept units can use chain guard to protect adjacent units or allies from attack. Chain guard ally does not take damage. Instead, the key adept damage takes damage equal to 20% of their own max HP. Chain guard is only available if the key adept unit's HP is full. Okay. Oh, hey. Oops. Chain guard. I see. Oh, yeah. I get it. Oh, whatever. Who cares? It's just training anyway.
I am your weapon.
Stay in them bushes. Wait, do I have other weapons? I do not. Oh. I guess that's alright.
Queen Numera, please forgive me for standing against you.
Vander, you are my child's knight. You must fill that role as best you can. Attack me.
Okay. Move you up. Oops. That'll do. Oops.
The Divine Dragon looked at me!
Okay. In guard.
There is no need to hold back, my child.
All right.
Okay. I won't.
I've got you! Yeah!
What? What? Nice. Can I? Oh, I can't move to that spot. Weird. I guess I guess I can go here. Doesn't matter. It's over, I guess. But sure. Let's get some bonding happening.
My prayers are with you.
Hell yeah, bigger numbers.
So sorry.
Oh man. Nice. More numbers. Nice. We got a bit stronger.
Fantastic work. You fought together splendidly. Let's move on. Wait over there a moment.
Okay. Whoa.
All right. If everyone is in position, we'll begin. This time, I will be more hands-on.
Uh-oh.
I intend to fight as if in an actual battle.
Uh-oh.
Furthermore, I'll be using this.
Is that the
A
ring of
ring?
the Holy Knight?
Ooh.
Indeed it is. I'm inviting an old friend to join us.
Like? I wonder who it is. Roy? I guess it would be Roy. Is that checks out, right? I don't know. I don't remember much. Fire Emblem. Whoa. Whoa.
I
Oh,
am
Sigurd.
If you require strength and swiftness, I am all too happy to oblige.
Okay.
Emblem Sigurd. He looks like a strong opponent.
Each emblem has their own abilities. When allied with them, you can call upon their unique powers and skills.
Whatever Sigurd's power is, it won't be the same as Marth's. We'd better keep our eyes open.
Thanks, Solir. Thanks for that. Appreciate that explanation.
My rapier is effective against cavalry, like those enemies over there.
Right.
Once we engage, you can use my weapon. Try it against that foe.
Okay. Emblem's energy lingers in a space. Okay. Synced unit finishes their action or waits. Engagement. Okay, so like a little bit. Okay, cool. Very nice. So move there then. When you place the cursor, you'll see the radius that the I see when I hover over them. Press A to keep it displayed. ZL to see the danger radius of your enemies all at once. Okay. All your enemies at once. Press A to keep that radius displayed when I am over the enemy. Okay. Wait. And oh, I see. If I go like this, and then press A, then it'll display, and then I can come here. Okay. Hell yeah. Can't. Wait, can I swap weapons? I guess not. Oh, I don't have a weapon to swap to. Okay, come. Sick. Bond up, nice. Oh. You know what? Oh, that was still displaying. Got it. I guess I'll go here. Just finish him off.
This is the mission of the stewards.
And then move them into relatively safe positions. Chain guard. Oh, I see. So spear, right? So the axe would be better. This is kind of my only choice there. Can I move? Oh boy. A little bit limited. Well, whatever. I'll take the little bit inefficient. I don't want to engage. Can I not engage? Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's right. I can. I don't want to. I don't want to. Hayek. Nice. Nice miss. Nice miss. Archer. And move you up. Move you up here. Nice.
Oh, thank goodness.
You got this. Ooh, bond up. Okay. I think that's what that means. The hearts. All right. So they can move up to there. They can attack up to there. Get up around there. Move up here. Are they gonna move?
Your teamwork is inspiring. Now it's time for
Ooh.
us to make our move.
Oh shit.
Come, Sigurd.
Holy shit, that's a lot. Whoa, that's a lot of movement. Okay. Oh, I misread that. Oh, shit. I should have stayed one more square away, I guess. Damn it.
That was incredible.
Lord Sigurd is remarkably swift. Perhaps we should be grateful this is a mock map.
Perhaps. What's your deal? Oh, she can access just about the whole map. Okay, never mind. There's nothing I can do about that. That's crazy. Okay, well.
I still stand.
Well, I can heal, so that's okay, I guess. We'll go. Let's see what I can. Okay, so I can't take them out outright. Okay. So I have to be adjacent to heal. Sorry for the cough that came through. Okay, well, screw it. Let's just heal.
I thank you.
Might as well.
Lend me your strength.
Whoa. Nice. Break defenses. If unit's attack breaks the foe, unit makes an extra attack at 50% damage. Okay. Hell yeah. Get broken. Might as well take this guy out.
Sort of like that, maybe?
Yes. Precisely. Oh god.
This is certainly more of a challenge.
Your enemies will not hold back, and neither will I. That is why you must defeat me. What a delight it is to see you in battle after all these years.
Nice miss.
I'm so
nice
sorry.
cannon.
You've won. I'm proud to see you working together so well.
That's the stage? Okay. Got it. Cool.
Well fought, everyone. You bested Sigurd and me. That's quite the feat. There is much to improve upon, but this is a wonderful start. Great work.
Thank you.
I can't believe we had to fight against Queen Lumera.
Yeah, well, I can't believe we won!
Though you have only just awoken, your power seems to be growing already, Divine One.
I'd like for you to have this.
Ring? New ring? Oh, new
This
sword.
is the
Okay.
sword you were using, isn't it?
Yes. An ancient blade that can be wielded only by divine dragons. It served me well for many years, but now it is yours. Consider it a prize for your victory today.
Thank you. Someday I'll prove that I'm worthy of this sword.
I have no doubt. Please, take this as well.
Ring?
Is this
New rings?
another emblem ring?
No,
Oh.
it is purely ornamental.
Oh.
You see, before your slumber, I made you a promise.
What was it?
I said I'd give you a birthday present that suited you perfectly. I was working on it in private, but I was unable to finish it in time. That birthday has long since passed, but I would quite like to give you this gift now.
I'm sorry. I can't accept.
Why not?
Okay.
That ring fulfills a promise you made me, right? But I don't remember that promise. It'd feel wrong accepting it. Like I was taking a present meant for someone else. Please offer me this gift again once I've remembered everything.
Everything, you say? Did facing me in battle stir any recollections?
It didn't. I'm sorry.
You need not apologize. It doesn't matter what you can remember right now. I only hope that one day you will think of me as your mother, as you did 1,000 years ago.
This conversation.
I was so thrilled to spend time with you again. I suppose I got a little carried away, didn't I?
Maybe the auto advance is just kind of. Maybe I need to like add some pauses.
No,
It just feels like it's too fast.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. Perhaps we should call it a day, hmm? But let's agree to chat again in the morning.
Okay.
What do you say? Pinky promise?
All right.
Liberation obtained. Hey, I can talk to people. I can get items too. Kitty? Kitty! Can I pet? I can't pet. I cannot pet the kitty. Okay. Just the cat. I can't walk past the cat. It's just the cat occupies the space. Got it. And looks at me. Okay. Alright. There's a cat. Oh, there's a dash. Oh, I can run. Oh, nice. Nice. I can run. Oh, there's an item over there. Got that real quick. Berries. I would assume it's like health or MP or whatever. Probably health because it's red. Iron ingot. Okay. Cool. With which to make iron weapons, I guess. Can't go there. Can't go here. Okay. Got it. Dragon Age. Game I did play a long time ago. I'm gonna get stronger too, especially for you. Okay. Yeah, you were helpful. You're good. You were the MVP, man. Okay.
Spectacular as ever.
Cool. Okay. Let's see here.
Please rest easy for today.
We'll chat in the morning. Okay. Got it. All right, that's it. Next chat. Oh shit! I forgot to save again. Damn it! I always forget to save. I'm just assuming I can in there. I don't even know if I can. It's got to be a menu option, right? Okay.
How wonderful to see my child awake at last. Now we'll never have to be apart. There is so much to catch up on, so much to see and do together. We can chat for hours, take long walks, share meals, and then...
Is she gonna die?
If my child's memories are truly lost, I wonder... Emblem Sigurd.
I am here.
It's usually when I hear characters spouting out like how happy they are for things is when they're like, and how you dead.
There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Today certainly was eventful. Queen Lumera seems so kind and caring. I'm sure she was a wonderful mother.
You're already talking about her in past tense. I don't like that. What?
If only I could remember those days. I must have felt so lucky to be her child.
I mean, I get it. Past isn't past when you remembered, but... Oh.
Why are you here alone?
Oh, shit. Is that... Wait, what? The fuck? Is that the past? Was that a dream? The evil within.
What was that?
The dark side.
Are you all right? It
You're a
looked as
Sith
though
boy,
you were
man.
having a bad dream.
I was. But yes, I'm all right. Were you here this whole time?
You were wearing my ring when you went to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to take it off.
That's all right. Keep it on. Then if something happens, I will be able to help. Besides, after a millennium together, I would feel uncomfortable if we were separated now.
Marth, what was I like? You knew me back then. You must be able to tell me something.
Well...
Hey.
You were kind, as you are now.
Wait a second.
There's no need to remember
Hang on
everything
now.
at once.
What are you leaving out, buddy? I was also evil.
Take your time. Ease back into your memories. Lumera advised that too, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Sorry.
It's all right.
Is it though? Hey.
What was that?
More
I'm
demons.
not sure.
After
An
me.
enemy. We had best take a look. I'm worried about Lumera and the others.
Agreed.
Alright. I'll do one more battle here and call it. Or maybe I'll see this through. Depends on how long the chapter is.
Oh, Divine One. Thank goodness you're safe.
What's happening? Tell me.
Wappening, wappening.
Some enemies busted right through the castle walls like paper. Suddenly, bam, they're here.
Bam!
What's worse, they fought their way into the ring vault. If you ask me, they're trying to get their hands on the emblem rings.
Even as we speak, Queen Lumera is defending the vault. Quickly, we must fly to her aid.
Sounds like a plan. Follow me.
I wonder if that was a vision of the past or a vision of the future. That's what I'm thinking about. Oh, shield enemies. Okay. Item icons indicate that you can get something from defeating them. Items you obtain will be highlighted in green. Okay. Review by selecting them with X. Check the details for information about weapons and skills. Try to battle pressing B or X. Okay. Got it. That's some defense right there. Probably want to use magic against you, huh? Okay. Oh, I see. Covert, backup, and armored. Okay. Well, there's nowhere to hide. Axe is good
Yes,
against.
here.
All right.
Was it sword? I think. Yeah. Or no, sword's good against axe. Oh, they're flying units too. Shit. Huh. Maybe I can use that terrain on the right to my advantage. Okay.
The Divine Dragon looked right at me.
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
Emblem Engage. Fate has brought us here. I live to fight again.
Can't really reach them. I can move up. Nice. No damage. Oh shit. Not good.
There are too many of them. We'll never make it to the ring.
Through the door, right?
Hey.
Yeah, this is the one.
Then let's go.
I hear voices. Someone's coming.
Enemy? There are other soldiers? Man. Hell yeah.
And not a moment too soon. The Crown Prince Alfred of Firenze is here to help. Let me at him.
Alright.
Prince Alfred of Firenze, you said?
Could it be? Are you the Divine Dragon? You finally woke up?
I did, yes.
That's amazing! You know, I've waited ages for this to happen. There's so much to talk about. Later, of course. After we've taken care of these scoundrels. Who are they, anyway?
We're not sure.
No
They
idea.
attacked so...
Well, let's do this quickly. Pin down whoever's in charge and get some answered. Oh, these are my retainers, Etier and Boucheron. From now on, consider us at your disposal.
Yeah.
Lead the way, Divine One.
Thank you for your help.
Alfred, Etienne, and Boucheron. Got it.
It's an honor to meet you, Divine One. I'm Etier. My arrows are perfect for knocking airborne enemies out of the sky. With these muscles, I'll have those flyers dropping like flies.
Got it. I see. Effectiveness against types of foes. Bonus damage to foes. Okay. Oh, very nice. Let's get it. Get fucked. Nice.
We fight for peace.
I'd rather just wait for them to come on in. What's your movement like?
Sorry, Divine One. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself. My name's Boucheron.
I'm Boucheron.
If I'm near an enemy you're fighting, I can jump in and land another hit on them.
My name's Boucheron.
Call on me if you need some extra oomph.
Okay. Got it. I like your voice. Can add a chain assault to an ally's assaults. Cool. Join an ally's attack if they're range. So like stand to the side of them, I guess. Hey. Oh. Oh, hang on. Movement like pretty good. All right. Let's move up here. Self-improver. Oh man, that camera angle. Something else. Okay. Get rid of you. Actually, I don't need to do all that. I can just stand right here. Oh god, okay, that didn't work out at all. Ah, that's not so bad. I should have just... well, anyway.
Did you see that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Always.
Alright, let's move you up. Although I don't know, just because I can chain guard, if I should just move them up and do that. Seems kind of, I don't know. Nice miss. Hell yeah. Oh shit, oh no, I accidentally skipped that. Can I say, oh I can't? Oh, you can auto battle too? Damn. Interesting. I wonder... Advance, charge, protect, fall back. Okay. Interesting. Oh, and there's like a whole stat sheet thing going on as well. Can I see status of enemies? No. Just allies. Okay. I can save scum too, looks like, which is nice. Although maybe not, because then I just end up wanting to be a perfectionist, and there's no way I can do that. Like, that would just take way too long. Hell yeah.
Is it over?
Let's move over here and use the effectiveness. Take out them flyers. Oh, nice chain attack. Not necessary, but that's alright. Still out of range for the most part. I might just wait. See if
Our foes are strong.
Although I guess I'm just wasting break, but... Will they just move up? Hell yeah. That seems safe. Maybe it's a little bit more clear to go over here and press that. Yeah, that's more clear. Go here, main guard. Actually, let's just move him up first. Very nice.
I can still do more.
And move you up. Very nice. Move up a little bit then. Oh, I'm funneled through here, I guess. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I'm assuming that's in range though, so I don't know. Oh, maybe not. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to just make a move. Hmm. Oh my god. Nice. I gotta be stronger. Okay. All right, let's oh, right, I have to be adjacent to heal. Okay, all right, that's fine. I can move here, back here.
Sort of like that, maybe?
Yes, 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 yes. Do.
Serves you right.
Maybe I should save those for people that actually want to level up. Although I don't see a problem with leveling up Alfred. Anyway. Shoot. Should have thought about that earlier. Oh well. Oh, I can move around. I'm a cavalry. Oh yeah.
I am as strong as ever.
Very nice. Let's see here. I think I should probably get a heal off just in case. Hate to die all of a sudden and then lose the whole thing. This main character dies. Actually, I'm not sure if that's how it works. I would assume that's how it works, but let's see. Okay.
I've got this.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay, got it. Let's move you then. Let's do you. Ah, I see. Okay. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. Okay. Good damage.
I have my orders. No one reaches the vault.
Nice. Nice dark voice. Got it. Nice miss. I want to engage, dude. Like I don't know if I should just use engage all the time whenever you have it, or if you're supposed to save it. I just assume you just use it. If you have it.
Lend me your strength. My prayers are with
Well, if I was gonna do that, maybe I could have used that on the shield. Anyway.
This is it. Cannot afford to lose.
Very nice. Avoid plus 15. Okay, cool. I can't attack that guy, so I guess I'll just move up. Okay. Oh, I can attack.
I'll take this.
Whoa. Nice. I didn't know I could attack on diagonals with an archer. Cool.
You're not just any soldiers, are you?
Nope. Very nice. Really? Etier was? Oh yeah, I guess so. Duh. The archer, right? Yeah, yeah. Archer put in work.
Looks like we cleared the way. Let's get to the ring vault. Whoever it is you are, the rest of your forces have all been defeated. So surrender now. If you refuse, I will stop you.
What?
But how?
Do I detect a hint of fear? Of course I do.
Just like the suddenness.
Time to die.
Look out!
Whoa. Oh no! No! Oh god.
Why don't you hand the rings over to me?
Leave here at once!
No! Here, Queen Lumera! I'll fix you up!
What's the matter?
My staff isn't helping her. She's hurt really bad. And it's her divine dragon powers. They're almost totally wiped out. A divine dragon, losing their power. It's the same as losing years of their life. The thing is, there's no reason Queen Lumera should be drained like this. It doesn't make any sense.
It's simple, my young one. I gave my power unto you.
But why?
All the years you were sleeping, healing, I was transferring my divine dragon powers to you. I hoped it would be enough to bring you back to me someday.
Man.
But now, it would seem that I'm completely
Hey,
spent.
Falcon.
Oh no, this is my fault. I did this.
No, my dear. You have to push those thoughts away. There is nothing a mother wouldn't do to see life.
Called it.
to her beloved child.
But
This ring, it belongs to you now. The ring of the Holy Night. I had so hoped.
These are some last words.
I made as
Man.
well. But that's not possible now. Listen to me, child. Those who invaded here, I sensed the power of the fell dragon within them.
Yes.
You must not allow them to capture any more of the rings. Please, I beg of you, gather together all 12 rings. And when your scattered memories return to you, you must fight on with the utmost divinity. I believe in you, my child.
I understand. I'll collect the rings. I swear to you. And I'll fight. I'll do whatever you want. But please, don't leave me. Mother!
Don't leave.
Ah, young one. How I've longed to hear you call me that. All of those years, I held out hope. My heart is fuller than you could ever know.
It can't end like this. You were going to give me that ring once my memories came back. You promised. And there are so many things you haven't told me yet. You said that we would talk.
I did. There's still so much I wanted to say to you. Being your mother, becoming your mother has brought so much happiness into my life.
Why is my screen? My screen is going dark after being inactive for so long. That's so weird.
And I'm happy to be your child. In this moment, here and now, and 1,000 years ago. I am. Don't go. Stay with me until I remember again. Please, Mother, I need more time.
Oh.
This is just dragging on, man. Like, what are these last words, man?
Mother and child.
All right, here we go. Pinky promise. Got it.
I swear to you.
Duke.
I'll be with you always and forever. And the ring, remember.
Drama pause.
Once you've rested, we will talk.
Oh, it's gonna slip ever so slowly.
You and
It did clip through her finger. God damn it. Oh no.
No, please.
This simply cannot have happened. Queen Lumera.
The Divine Dragon Queen. She has left us.
Mother, please wake up. You promised you'd stay by my side. You have to keep your promise.
I won't laugh at that. I mean, you know, I'm not a total monster, but yeah, that like really dragged on. That's pretty, I guess, pretty cliche for anime stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely 30% could be removed.
Thank you for helping with my mother's funeral.
This is the other thing, is like you cut by entire thing, so you bothered to go all the way along on that, and now wait. Oh no, wait, are we going to the funeral?
The final service we could provide Queen Lumera.
No, the funeral has ended. So, we skipped ahead to after the funeral. We didn't do that.
I can't believe she's gone.
Come on, Fram. Think how hard this must be on the Divine Dragon. We gotta hold it together.
I mean, it could, yeah, anyway.
I'm trying.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. God. My alerts are probably too loud. Sorry. Hey, thanks, Falcon. Thanks for the sub, dude. Oh, well, it's after the funeral, I guess. So. Oh, my God.
Lumera. I never thought our paths would diverge so soon.
Nor I. And to leave a child behind, I did that in death.
But I have the ghosts.
Bitter memory.
So I won't be
vowed
alone.
to protect your offspring in your absence, Lumera.
If we could grant our power now.
Marth, you know that's not possible without the other emblems here.
Yes, I know. This is awful. Sorry I couldn't have done something.
No, Prince Alfred. Without you, our losses may have been even greater. Though I must ask, why did you come? Was there something you needed?
Our kingdom is in danger. My mother sent me to ask Queen Lumera for help. All over Firene, our people are being attacked by these creatures.
Creatures?
I wonder why.
What kind of creatures?
These things are like people, but cracked, almost crumbling.
The corrupted.
Oh, so that's what you call them.
Yes. Corpses brought back to life.
No wonder they wouldn't listen to us. They just keep attacking everything. We sent our knights out to hold them off, but it's a losing battle. My kingdom is being destroyed. Divine One, will you help us? Please, come with me to Firene.
Me? What can I do? It was my mother's help you wanted, not mine.
Queen Lumera is gone. You're the last Divine Dragon. We need the power of the rings to save Firene. And only you can do that. Sorry, I don't mean to press the topic. I'll return to Firene. We'll do what we can.
Oh, come on now.
I'm coming with you.
All right, there you go.
You will?
Hell yeah.
I don't want more
Decided.
families to be torn apart. More people to suffer. Even if I'm scared, I have to push through my fear. Now that my mother is gone, it's my duty to step into the role of Divine Dragon. And if each kingdom is protecting rings,
It's all
I
coming
take
together.
it Firene has one, correct?
That's right.
Then I need to go there anyway to honor my mother's request. She asked me to gather all of the rings and bring peace back to Elios. As the Divine Dragon, I officially accept the Kingdom of Firene's request for aid.
That's great to hear. Thank you, Divine One.
Happy to help, Prince Alfred.
Just Alfred is fine. I've been visiting you at the Somniel since I was a boy. I think of you as an old friend. A very, very old friend.
I appreciate that. Actually, I can't remember anything from before I fell asleep.
Nothing?
This world is new to me.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate having friends who can teach me about it.
I'll do my best. Can't say I'll know much compared to Queen Lumera, but I'll try.
Thank you, Alfred.
Attacking with an art will break. Okay. Okay. Allies fight next to each other. They heal each other. Oh, that's what those hearts were. Okay, cool. They gain support points. Oh, and eventually get support conversations? Really? So you unlock conversations by fighting together. Cool. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. You can view the support okay, on the Somnial or the world map to increase the support level between characters and units of support. Gain bonuses. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Whoa. That's a weird... I wonder... That's a weird thing to have. I can just change the orientation of the camera there. Okay, can't... God, these invisible walls. Can't go there. Let's go get that item. Bond fragments. Cool. Definitely invisible wall, right? Yeah, there we go. Talk to you.
I'm sorry.
No.
And the mirror was so nice, but now I'll never see her smile again. I'll never see her smile again. Cannot make up what you've lost. I'm at your side. Okay, cool. I'll be your sword and shield. And a flower. Thanks for agreeing to help us. I hope you can do something to save Ren. Okay. And Bushra. I like Bush. Wait, what was that sound effect? Wait, what? Yeah. Bushra. Poor Queen Lamera. When the word gets out, there will be mourning all over Firen. It's like Italy, France-ish fusion, but also with a lord named Alfred. Okay. Okay, that's that. Let's see if I can save. I can. Yes. Okay, good. I gotta call it there. I think that's definitely past time. I gotta get going. Let's make sure I'm saved up, and I will transition. Hey. Hello? Hello. God damn it. There we go. I'll do it. Oh man. Hey y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out before too while I was doing the show. And listening to me prattle on. Super hyper appreciation. Let me just see. Oh man. If there's anyone that we can just say hi to real quick on a raid. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Oops. I see. Oh God, T-Pain is on. Oh, let's not raid T-Pain. That'd be hilarious though. Wouldn't matter. Oh, unfortunately, I don't really see too many people on that I know. Oh, screw it. Well, whatever. Let's just, why not? It's not every day that you get to raid T. Oh no, was that not the username? Oh, oops. It's not no hyphen. It's not every day that you get to raid T-Pain, so whatever. Let's not make a splash and go see T-Pain. Because why not? Thanks all. I'll see you later. Take care. And I'll catch you on the flip side.